Hotel, Black Power. Your brother Shaka Sankofa here, Street Law Soldiers. Giving honor as always to the Creator, to the ancestors, to my sister, to all the recent people that made their ascensions, to my father, to my in-laws, to all my family members who are in the ancestral realm now, along with my comrades, and also honor and peace and blessings to you all, my subscribers and the brothers and sisters that are always out there constantly fighting for the liberation and salvation of the black nation and the generations to come. What I want to talk about briefly, I'm not going to be very long with this. I'm just going to touch on this. And as you know, I don't engage into these holidays. However, I want to discuss certain aspects of these holidays to help some of you who may not totally understand the whole Memorial Day process. Actually, it was the Romans created that day to commemorate, fallen soldiers and loved ones who made their ascensions. And now we celebrate it centuries and centuries later, and we still practice some of the Roman Catholicism that's connected with this particular holiday. But what I want to try to get through to you all who are holiday addicted, especially on Memorial Day, that Memorial Day means remembering and commemorating people on the ancestral realm. Not just once a year you bring flowers to a resting place of your loved ones and ancestors. No, Memorial Day is every day, every single day, when you invoke the spirit and the energy of the ancestors into your daily living, into your daily walk. For example, if you have a parent or parents or guardians and grandmothers or whatever that are ancestors that help you get to a certain point in your life in terms of instructions and wisdom and love and nourishment, and then they make their ascension, you still need those instructions and you still need that guidance to continue on in your journey. So you need these individuals every day. You don't use these people once a year. And I can tell you by dealing in the ancestral realm, they do not appreciate you coming around once a year with some old fucked up flowers that you done bought at a traffic light from a goddamn Mexican. That they're worth more than that, and they deserve more than that. So you have to invoke the energy of these people each and every day, And I'm telling you this from personal experience. And another thing, all that hooping and hollering and crying and all this shit, a lot of times that can be guilt. And so, and you're using that as a method, to channel, some fucked up energy that the ancestors don't deserve. All that falling out the cemetery and all this bullshit. No, that's some guilt. That's some other shit that you need to get some counseling on. Because when you remember the ancestors, remembering somebody means, thinking about the times that they made you laugh, thinking about the things that they done, thinking about the things that they said to strengthen you, to guide you. Not to be sitting around hooting and hollering and crying, because why would you do that and you're still here and they have moved on? It doesn't make sense. And Initially when a person makes their ascension, of course you're going to be emotionally distraught to sometimes to no end. But at some point, if you have love for them and you connect with your spirit, then you begin to understand and allow them people, to visit you. Because when you have a dream about someone in the ancestral realm, that's not a dream. They have actually came to visit you in that form, because they know if they come in a physical form to visit you, it would probably take you out. And that's just only some people can deal with that. Some people know how to deal with that and they understand that process. And some energies do visit certain individuals in that form. But for the majority of the people, they come visit us in dreams, because we can handle it better. We're able to deal with it much better, and we're able to respond much better. We're able to respond, period. So, I know if somebody, that's just like if someone was in the hospital or incarcerated or something, and you come visit them once a year. How do you think they would feel? And sometimes some people don't come at all. And you make up excuse about that, I'm just going, let the memory live and shit. It's not living, because you haven't made a connection. And that's why, every day, I try my best. I ring the bell. I light the incense. I pay homage. I go to my altar. I pay homage to them each and every day. And I still ask those that are ancestors for assistance and guidance and answers to some of the questions or situations I may be faced with daily. So, like I said, when you do all that, the day is a certain day. That's some other shit. That's just some other shit. You make that connection with that person every day, or those people every day. If you got children that have moved on to the ancestral realm, you still get information and guidance from them. Of course, you're going to have certain days throughout the year where you're going to be, you're going to feel it. You're going to be over emotional at times, because, you're going to just miss certain things about that person. But at the same time, you cannot make a connection. You cannot get any closure until you finally connect with those people. And once a year is not going to do it. Once a year, going to get drunk, going to get high and all that. You need to go to you need drug and alcohol treatment. Don't use the ancestors as an excuse to get drunk and high. That's why I say, and a lot of people want sympathy. They want sympathy for somebody that's passed. If anything, you sympathize with that. You be empathetic with the person that has moved on. And then a lot of us do that. And so it's other issues that you may be dealing with, that you are dealing with, that you're using, some of your ancestors as an excuse, and that's some foul shit for real. I'm just gonna keep it 200. That's some real foul shit, to use somebody that's moved on to channel some other guilt and all that bullshit. And if you are dealing with guilt and shame, build your altar with some pictures, some white candles, some incense, and you ask, light the incense and you ask for help. And see, a lot of you Christians, y'all look at this shit like it's paganism and voodoo and all this shit, because the white man has instructed you that you don't have that type of spiritual connection, that you're not a god. See, that's what they trained our ancestors to believe. So we shun that and start believing in this motherfucking white fucking homosexual Jesus. That our people up in the sky walking around and all this bullshit. Just those things were to keep the slaves with a shot of hope that they may be physically free one day, and that if they die a slave, that they're going to be living better deceased than alive. Goddamn trick. But the people that existed that were real, that were here on this motherfucking earth, that were your relatives and your friends and associates and guardians, they were real. But the people that they teach you to praise, you don't have no proof that they've been here. You never seen them. Nobody else has ever seen them. You just been trained to believe that because it's been passed down to us. And it's not our parents' fault for being tricked. It's not our grandparents' fault for being tricked, because it's been passed down to them. All this shit has been passed down to them through slavery. So I hold nothing against these ancestors. Nothing. If anything, I honor them. If anything, at the least I can do is honor and cherish them. And follow their instructions. Their divine instructions. So, it's we just have a lot to learn when it comes to, these holidays. They got us fucked up. And then the next one is the 4th of July, where you're going to be celebrating independence when our ancestors was just reaching the 200-year mark of being in physical chattel slavery. Wasn't nothing, we weren't nowhere near free. So why, and we go all out on that day. We buy all these firecrackers and fireworks and light the sky up with red, white, and blue. We spend our rent money on fucking hash smokes and goddamn pig feet and crabs and all this bullshit. We get drunk, we get twisted, and for what? What are we celebrating when we were when our ancestors were in slavery? The 4th of July. So these are just instances on, dealing with these holidays. That's what I call them, holidays, because they only bring us hell. They only bring us hell. The 5th of July, your rent is due, but you spend that shit pitching in, getting a goddamn bushel of crabs. Your goddamn lights are turned off. And for what? Is that the way you thank your ancestors? On 1776, July 4th, our relatives were being raped, fucked, lynched, hung, set on fire, castrated, tarred and feathered, tied to horses and all this shit. But yet you got your motherfucking legs open with a fucking newspaper eating some goddamn crabs. Talking about hand me that liquor. No. And see, we have if we're gonna get liberated, it's a lot of shit we gotta let go, man. It's a lot of shit we gotta cut out, man. These nigga fests and all this shit, having these nigga fest 2017. Here we are, we still enslaved, we're still indentured servants. And every time someone speaks up, the first thing a motherfucker say, when you talk conscience, you a Muslim? You Muslim, ain't you? That's just some of the illnesses that we have. In other words, he was saying, you talk like you're free. You ain't enslaved like one of us. That's the message that I get. When somebody asks that, well, how long you been doing this, and where you get your information from? You don't call the news. You don't call when you watch Channel 9, Channel 5, and 2 and 11. You don't call them. You don't call them and ask them, yeah, I need to speak to the person, the newscaster. Where did you get your information from? But when somebody look like you bring the truth, you can't accept that because of the self-hatred that you're dealing with. So you'll question my work. You'll question my work to the end. But the cracker shit, you believe it. And that's why you question in minds, because you are under the hypnosis of the cracker shit. Because you believe that shit so much, so any information come from anybody else, you question. Real simple. So, that was enough. I just wanted to drop that on about these holidays and whatnot, just to give you something to look at. And I don't expect, nobody to just all of a sudden drop everything that they doing in terms of celebrating the holidays. But take a look at it. Start cutting down on the expenses. Understand the purpose. Stop thinking about yourself for a minute and think, my great ancestors, they were being whipped on this day. Where the Europeans, these crackers were celebrating independence from British rule. That's why you had the war of 1812. The British are coming and all. That's why that was them. It had nothing to do with us. Nothing. Had nothing to do with us. We were being whipped. Just like Christmas, I call them crispy ass. Christmas addicts, stupid ass nigga. The first man to get shot, in the Revolutionary War. For what? For what? We were still in slavery. What are you jumping out there for? And you were the first motherfucking stupid ass nigga to die. But I'm supposed to honor you? Shh. Come on, man. That's just like the first nigga that stand between Afghanistan and the cracker and lose his life between two crackers. Now, Afghanistan is a cracker too. He ain't nothing but a camel jockey, a sand cracker, a desert cracker. That's all he is. And you stand between the two of them, and lose your life, and then, you supposed to be labeled a hero because you took the white man, the cracker's bullet for him. No. We got shit twisted, man. And it's always like this. When somebody comes with the truth, the first thing y'all do, y'all don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all want to hear drama all day long. You want to hear about who's fucking over who's this and who's that. All this unquestionable drama. But when it comes to education and information, it's some of y'all out there that tune in faithfully. You watch these videos faithfully. And trust me, the ancestors, the creator, and they know this. And and you're growing from it. Because it's information. 98% of what I'm telling you on my videos, you didn't know nothing about. Most of you knew nothing about it. But you don't want to tune into that because there's no footage of somebody's brains getting blown out. There's no footage of Cookie. There's no footage of these, this gay shit. There's no footage of 50 Cent Power. There's no Fast and Furious footage. There's no have and have not footage. And then I found out that most of you motherfuckers haven't ever even heard of the TV show Underground, which is directed by John Legend. In spite of his lifestyle, I still have to give John Legend credit. for producing and directing and being an executive producer of Underground. That's a powerful TV show. And the sister that plays Harriet Tubman, the sister, the Smollett sister, she's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. Eldridge Hodge, phenomenal brother. And it's a hell of a move. It's a hell of a TV show. It has its twist, its Hollywood twist in it. But for the most part, it's very informative. And a lot of these situations are true. They talk about all of these brothers and sisters, how the sellouts are. Because you had a lot of Steve Harveys, you had a lot of Ray Lewises, you had a lot of Raven Simones and Oprahs back then doing slavery as well. Same way back then. You had a lot of bed wenches. They couldn't wait to get in Master's bed. Some of them had ulterior motives. Some of them was just trifling. But that's a powerful TV show, Underground. I believe it's coming back on, and maybe I guess in August or something, July or August, I'm not sure. But it comes on WGN on Wednesday nights. I think it comes on 10 p.m., 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. It's called Underground. You need to find out, when the season starts back up and watch that show. So, once again, in closing, I'm just going to leave you with think about what I was discussing and dropping on jewels on y'all about the Memorial Day, Memorial Day and 4th of July. Labor Day and the rest of them. For those subscribers who faithfully subscribe to me, I'm going to give you all the information that I have acquired in the last 30 years. If you just stay tuned, because I haven't received a dime from no YouTube or none of that. I'm true to this shit. I'm not new to it. Of course we all need finances or whatever. But I work for a black co-op company that sells holistic fruits and vegetables and herbs and oils and things of that nature. And the queen, she works for a good firm, not a plantation. So, we're blessed in so many ways. We're still poor like everybody else. But our energy and our spirits, we are wealthy in that. Because I wouldn't give my information and my knowledge base up for no dollar amount could buy this. I would never give y'all up. I would never give my people up for no paper. Because for real, I can get paper, or at least die trying, just running the bank. I can get paper. I can't get another Shaka. I can't take this flash drive with infinite megabytes and erase all this, and it can never be refilled again. Not my experiences, not my information, not my research, not my work, not my pains, not my joys. Nothing, no dollar amount could ever replace that. So keep that up front, and be true to yourself. Stop. You don't have to be phony. You are who you are. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to lie. You don't have to hate on people. Just be straight up and function on the highest frequency that you can function on. And you'll find out when you do that And if you be consistent with it, how high your frequency goes to levels you could never imagine. But you got to put the work in. Hotep, Black Power.